Hey, it's Nicholas with the Backyard Tardis here with another reaction. This time we're reacting to Lego HQ is Saved. I've been doing all of these Lego Sonic, this kind of promotional thing they've done. You know, Carl got his head shaved, Eggman's taken over. And honestly, Lego has gone above and beyond working with Sonic Team to kind of make this ad campaign, and I've really loved it. And seeing as it's saying Lego HQ is saved, I'm assuming this is bringing it full circle. Lego Sonic's gonna defeat Eggman, and all will be good again as part of this ad campaign. But I just want to say real quick before we watch this that I've just really appreciated just the love and attention that Lego has given for Sonic. I just, as someone who in the early 90s, like Sonic, when Sonic was blowing up and he was like up and coming, they're like, oh, Mario's dethroned. And then by the late 90s, like that kind of Sonic fervor waned. It peaked back up a little bit in the Dreamcast era, but then it's like, okay, no, Sega made a lot of bad choices, and I feel like Sonic kind of got dragged down with some of those bad choices, and he was partly involved, you know, not really focusing on Sonic for the Saturn, I think was one of those bad choices. So, it's really good to finally see Sonic gain back to and even rising above his early 90s prominence, becoming a household name again, and a brand that companies are eager to work with. And this just kind of shows us, and it shows the fun. And I look at my daughter's generation, she's 7 years old. You know, she loves Mario, but she loves Sonic too. And when it comes to games, she likes Mario better. Because she likes playing Mario Odyssey and Bowser's Fury and New Super Mario World. Those are her games. She plays Sonic, like the newer Sonic games, they're just too hard. She just constantly, for as much as those games are automated, they really are, if you don't learn how to control the staying on the right path, going down the right thing, you're going to constantly be falling to your death. But when it comes to like multimedia, yes, she loved the Mario movie. She loved it. Absolutely loved it. But she loves the Sonic movies better. And she loves the Sonic cartoons, and she has Sonic plushes, and she has Sonic, like, she's into Sonic. She reads the Sonic comics, all that kind of stuff that I'm sharing with her. She's like big into that. So just seeing that with these Legos and stuff like that, she's really into the Legos for Jurassic Park and Jurassic World right now. I'm gonna get her in with some of these and see what she thinks of that. But without any further ado, let's get into watching this.
Okay, this is cows. Right there is the front of the cow. The other side of the head is the back of the cow.
What? Cows? Okay, Sonic.
Kids, I need your help.
Anything for you, Sonic.
Eggman is using mind control devices to take over Lego HQ, and we have to stop him. Let's go fast.
Hey kids, I can be fast too.
Okay, this is a little cringe.
Okay, let's go.
I mean, I know it's intentionally so, but that's feels very 90s Nickelodeon involving the kids. I mean, the sets for this, like the fact that they did all this, is just amazing.
Sonic,
Actual designer.
I managed to steal one of Eggman's mind control devices.
Great, now we can fight Mono a Hedgehog.
Hop in.
Hey, Eggman!
Okay, why doesn't he just find him? Why does he need Sonic to control? That's kind of a weird moment, but...
Time for our final battle, Hedgehog.
You're on, Egghead.
All right, slow down. I can't.
No,
Come here.
over there.
Come here. Your Met Man is not stronger than mine.
But you know Mike Pollock and they're having so much fun.
I will stop them now. Oh no, I pressed undo. Oh no, I pressed the only hand kiss button. Oh no. Not the Merry Jigs button. Ah, there it is. Right. Take this.
Well, this is anticlimactic. Hey, fast.
Slap flies.
Ready, Sonic. Go, Tails.
Let's fly, Tails. You're up,
Okay, so
baby.
that's how the kids are involved. They have to build the set.
Oh, cool.
Sonic's the name. Speed's my game. Yeah.
And just like the game Mousetrap, that will never work in real life.
Hello.
Oh no,
Why
I
do I
fell
smell
out.
like eggs?
Sorry, Egghead. I've got a date with Victory.
Why did you leave me? I was showing the cows. I was showing my running.
Sorry, I had to
The cows.
move on.
Oh. Bad. Yeah, Roger Craig Smith and Mike Pollack, like, they had a ton of fun making this. I can tell. Okay. I gotta say that was kind of a little bit of a cringy end to all this. But you know, it's for kids. It's part of a kids marketing thing. You're gonna expect a little bit of cringe. But I'm also kind of nostalgic for the cringe. Because it felt very much like a Nickelodeon's like 92 to 95 type commercial. I just remember like the commercials for like the Batman. Oh no, the Joker's a kids. I need your help, and it was like, and they had to, Dawn Batman with the Mr. Freeze is at it again. Well, Batman can put on his Arctic suit, and they would like sit there and like, and it was only with the kids up, and there was just like those commercials, and there was a number of them with like Nickelodeon characters too. I'm using Batman as an example. That was everywhere, but I just remember like Nickelodeon in the early 90s, there was just a ton of commercials like that with the properties where they'd even have like commercials for the cartoons where like the cartoon character would come in and ask for the kids help and just stuff like that. Even like the educational things, like there was what was that cartoon that was like against drugs, that was like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Alvin and the Chipmunks and the Real Ghostbusters, and it was like it had characters from all of those things, like all crossovering and stuff like that, and it was very much of like, come on kids, you know you can do better, do it this way, you know. And it was just like the idea of promoting that, and I feel as cringy as that stuff is, I feel nostalgic for it. Mainly because I feel like kids don't play that way anymore. Even video games back then were a little bit more. There was more about your own imagination, about getting together with other kids, inventing things, and like, oh, there's this big action scene, and I'm part of the story, and all that stuff. And kids today watch YouTube. Like, I'm having to deal with my daughter. Like, she is addicted to YouTube, and I have to cut her off. She's like, she would start, and I monitor what she's watching. She's not watching bad stuff. You know, mostly she's watching like cute animals and stuff like that. And but then she likes watching, like she really got into watching Roblox players on YouTube Kids, and it was like some Roblox stuff I was okay with, but other stuff I wasn't. And I'm like, no, you can't do Roblox because I can't be watching that 24/7 with you. And there's just every time she's in a new game, new story, new thing, I can't keep up with it. And but you know, like that when she watches that, like she is just it is that like, and my daughter's weird. She'll be sitting on the couch, except she's not sitting. She'll be sitting on her head on the couch holding the phone, and she'll just be like glued to it. And then they play games, mobile games, you know, where they're just like do, but they're not going out and getting that imagination. And something that like made my heart glad the other day is my daughter, my wife does dog training, and so my daughter's been obsessed with that, but she decided she was going to have a school for the dogs. And so she brought the dogs out, she put them out in the yard, all in chairs, and then she sat down and she started teaching a class about why dogs need vitamins. And it was just the cutest thing ever. And one of the dogs was getting out, and she was reprimanding the dog and getting up and putting it in its place and saying, "You're disruptive influence in this class." And she was doing this whole thing, playing like her teacher, but also playing a little bit like stuff she hears us tell her, and also stuff that she hears my wife talk about the dogs. And she's creating this scenario, and I'm just thinking, like, this is perfect. I want her to do more of this and less of this. Or if she's playing, like Angry Birds or something, that it's just so much better to have that, like, playtime and creativity. And Legos is excellent for that. That is one of the things she's not a big Lego person, but she's getting into it slowly. I'm finding Legos that are properties that she likes, like Jurassic Park, like Sonic and stuff like that, and using that to try to get her into Legos. Because, like, at first, like, we just got out of the Lego blocks, and she's like, "Nah, I'm not into it. I don't care about Legos. All I want is plushies." And, like, that's her big thing, is she has plushies, and she will do a game of where she's running like a dog kennel, and she'll have, like, she'll take shoe boxes and empty Kleenex boxes, or she'll go in and she'll take all the Kleenex out and throw it away secretly, and then use them as, like, little kennel crates, and she'll have all the stuffies in them. But stuff like this, playing with stuff, seeing how that was presented. And that was how we played as kids. Like, we made up stories. We did stuff like that. And I feel like the kids today just lack that imagination. They watch other people play. And I'm like, I'm kind of guilty of it a little bit too, as an adult. Like, I'm a gamer who works long hours, and sometimes I just put on a stream while I'm driving around of somebody playing a video game, a classic retro video game. I'm not even watching it. I'm just hearing the sounds, like, ooh, like, he collected the ring, this, that, oh, the drowning theme. I know, like, all of a sudden, all my memories flood into that game. Mega Man, Mario, these different games, just love it. But a lot of that is because life has prevented me from being able to do that and really dedicate too much time. And usually when I have the time, I'm too tired, or I'm coming out here and I'm podcasting. So that's just one of those things. But I kind of yearn to go back, and then I look at my daughter, and she's all, kids are just already bypassing that. They're bypassing that phase where they make their creativity, and they're watching other people's creativity, but not making their own. And I miss that, and I think it's important to do that. And so I really, watching this trailer, it just hits you, even though it's cringe. It's supposed to be cringe because kids are a little cringy. They're going around, they're making this game. Did you ever go play with a kid? And they're like, "Oh, you're this," or you're playing a tea party, or you're playing action heroes, and, like, the kid wants you to fight with them, and they're like, "Oh, no, you're the bad guy, and you're this, that," and he goes, "Oh," and I go, "Okay, oh, I'm gonna get you with this," and he goes, "No, I have my death ray, and you're gone. Bah, I won." And they're being cringy. They're being cringy. But they're having a blast, they're having fun, and they're building that creativity. They're a thankfulness that is going to make them the next generation of writers, storytellers, YouTubers, whatever, or, graphic designers, business owners that are entrepreneurs, or whatever they're doing. It all starts by having that creativity as a kid. And Legos is one of the best avenues for that. And to see one of my all-time favorite franchise, Sonic the Hedgehog, done in Lego, it just makes me so happy. And to see these trailers showing what kids should be doing instead of this. Anyways, that's my TED Talk for the day. What all of you thought of this campaign? Does it interest you? Are you Lego people, not Lego people? Is this something you pick up for your kids? Is it something that you stand off the side and say, it's not for me, but this was fun? And, the world needs a little bit more fun. Let me know down in the comments below, and I will catch you in the next video.